Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How's your week going?
Woo, it's going great.
Any law jokes that you want to share with anybody?
No.
I got one.
Oh, Jamie has a lawyer.
The old standby.
Oh, gosh. Go.
What do you call 5,000 lawyers chained to the bottom of the sea?
I know this one. Go ahead.
A good start.
If you're a lawyer listening to this, my apologies.
No, lawyers have the best sense of humor. It's great. I'll probably get sued now. But
yeah. Thank you. Today we're going to talk about what do you do if you have a multi-practice law firm and you want to rank for every one of your practice areas. So this is, if you're a solopreneur lawyer, you're a personal injury lawyer and that's all you do, that's actually really powerful in Google land. But a lot of our clients, they are multi-practice law firms. And so they want to rank for all of their practice areas, not just for one or two. So it can be challenging. And that's definitely one of the questions we hear when we're talking to lawyers or law firms that are trying to rank across all of their practice areas. So I thought I'd do a really good podcast. I have some, I think, unorthodox ways of doing this. So wait and listen and learn, because this is a good one.
Okay.
All right. So here we go, Jamie. Ready?
Always ready. Standing by.
So first thing on your website, you as a law firm with multiple practice areas, you probably should have a website. So on your website, you want to have every one of your practice areas listed, of course, but also you want every single one of those practice areas to have its own page dedicated to that area of law. So not just a page with all the different kinds of areas that you practice, but each one, individual page.
Wow.
In depth about that particular practice area. And you want to have a link to that practice area up in the top of your menu. Okay, so that way, when you do that, you're signaling to Google that it is a main service for your business, and hence you are an authority for that service.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right. So then when you have that on your website, one of the ways that Google is going to rank your site is how large, how complete, how authoritative your website is about those practice areas. So what we do is we create these things. They're called topic clusters. So that's where the main practice area, it links to specific sub-practice areas. So say, for example, you do criminal defense. Then you're going to have specific sub-practice areas on that page, like DUI defense, drug charges, those kind of things. So each one of those sub areas of your practice, of that practice area, you want to have their own individual page.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, when you do that, you will see that once you do that, you want to have a bunch. And when I say a bunch, I mean 10 to 20 articles each on those sub-practice areas. And you'll create those in your blog. They'll be very great articles. They'll have an author attached to each one of them. They'll have links to sources, all that kind of good stuff. Each one of those articles can appear on the bottom of that sub-practice page. So that way you are signaling to Google, once again, that you are super authoritative about that practice area. Like conceptually, if you think this is a tree and those are the roots of that tree. And so you want to have a lot of content to support that practice area.
Okay.
All right. And I know it probably seems daunting that you're going to be creating all of this content. It is. This is a separate profession, right? So as a lawyer, you probably don't want to spend your days doing this. So definitely pay someone qualified to do this who will do a good job. Okay.
For sure. And,
All right.
use some AI for article writing, I would imagine. And edit it, of course.
Kind of and sort of. You want to make sure that the articles, what Google is saying now, of course, they've been saying for a few years now, is they just want the data, the information in that article to be user-friendly and very comprehensive. So when you're writing those blogs or those FAQs or those case studies, each one of those should support that practice area of your law firm.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I know that in itself is a massive job. If you are bringing in an agency and they're not telling you these things, then it's a good tip that they don't know what they're doing. When Google is telling us, or has been telling us for a few years now, and with their recent leak earlier this year, they want this helpful content. They want the author to be on those pages. They want it to be, a real looking article with real information. So that way, when you do follow what they say they want, they reward you with ranking. So it's a good thing to do. All right.
Yep.
All right. So you have those next on your Google listing. So if you are a law firm, then guess what? That's the category you should choose for the law firm. Okay. Now follow me here. So you have a Google listing with ABC Law Firm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In ABC Law Firm, you have 3 lawyers who do criminal justice. So they're criminal defense attorneys. Okay. Got it?
Yep.
All right. So now for each one of those lawyers, you want to make what's called a practitioner listing, a practitioner Google listing. So it'll be John Doe ABC Law Firm. His category will be criminal justice attorney. He'll have the same address, same phone number. That is fine. Google that follows their terms of service. Now, for each one of those criminal defense attorneys at that location, if you want to have a practitioner listing created for them. Following me so far?
Yeah.
All right. So if you have 10 different lawyers, all of them with a different practice area, you can add practitioner listings, and you should, for each one of those attorneys. So when you do that, you're definitely following Google's terms of service, and you are showing that Google that each one of those attorneys has their own specialty. So you'll be ranking organically for law firm and for a lot of those terms that you want to be found for. And then for those practitioners, those listings will also be ranking specifically for those practice areas. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So when you do that, when you make a practitioner listing, do not link it directly to your homepage. Link it directly to that person, that lawyer's page, a specific page on the website. So you have a team, about this team or about our team page. Each one of those team members needs a specific lone single page for them only on the website. And that's what you link to all of these practitioner listings. Okay.
Yeah.
Follow me so far.
It's very complicated, but it seems straightforward that each person has their own page, their own listing, and their own site or practitioner listing on Google.
Yeah. So all of these become organic lead generators. And when you get reviews, so this is where actually it gets really rough for law firms, right? Already you're in an industry that, most of the reviews, if people are going to write you a review, it's going to be a negative one, or they're just very reticent about doing so. This is a very complicated, or getting more complicated area, because there are rules being voted on or established. So you need to start getting reviews on both of those. So your practitioner listing and your main listing, you're going to need reviews for both of them. So you're going to have to be asking people for reviews. This is now part of your standard operating procedure as a lawyer. Sorry, man. That's just the way it goes. So it is, this is the reality that we live in. People make their decisions based upon reviews. So if you only have one review or you have 5 reviews and your competitors have 100, you're not going to see anything. You're going to see a lot less calls. That being said, if someone does mention, hey, I know a good lawyer at ABC law firm named John Doe, then people will check that. Your Google listing will come up. You have 5-star reviews. Bam, you have at least some kind of objective credibility that someone researching you will find. So don't give up. Don't just say F this, it's not worth it, because it totally is. And think about the long-term benefit of this. If you are a single lawyer working in this law firm, now you have a Google listing that you can use. If you so happen to change law firms, you can take that one with you as well. So now you, just like a real estate agent, or weirdly, like a hairstylist, these are all places, or you can do, or even a doctor, you can have these practitioner listings that will follow you and you can use for many years. So do the work, just like you would for your main Google listing, add photos, all that stuff. Make sure you have Google reviews.
Yeah. And, that could apply pretty much if you're anyone who used to be like an independent contractor.
Yep.
And now you're part of a group. So like a DJ, for example, well, maybe they don't.
You have to make sure that just look up, you can do a search for Google practitioner listings, and then they have a list of approved jobs for this. So lawyers is definitely one of them. So you should be doing this. If you're a law firm with multiple lawyers, whoever is handling your marketing, if you're listening to this, you should definitely have this as part of your process, because it is super valuable. And I don't see it very often. It just means that people, like the agencies, all this does, it's a lot more work to support these individual practitioner listings. But if you're there for the client, then that's what they need, right? It acts like another lead generator. So why wouldn't you do it?
And it probably helps the parent organization as well.
Oh, totally. Because now they're not on just one result. If you have 10 lawyers, they could be on 7 or 8 results that come up. I mean, when you add in local service ads, those Google guaranteed, it supercharges your lead generation. So I highly recommend this, doing that. After this, go and listen to a podcast we did about press releases, because each one of those practitioner listings needs a press release saying so-and-so now specializes in whatever. So that way we're getting some backlinks generated for that specific practice area or the specific lawyer doing it. That's it.
All right. Well, yeah. Sounds easy, Adam.
Yeah, it is. If you know what you're doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, then definitely reach out to someone who does. So your marketing agency, it's not like this is all proprietary information. This is out there. So it is, it's just not very commonly known. The practitioner listing.
Attorneys out there listening who took this class in law school are probably just opening their marketing book back up and saying, I got to revisit that. Of course not. No, they don't teach us in law school. So this is all great information. Is that it for today?
That's it.
Okay.
Try and make them fast, Jamie. Got to make them fast.
All right. So if you know an attorney, obviously this is a great podcast for them. If you don't know an attorney, throw a cat up in the air, and wherever it lands, probably there's an attorney standing there. Just kidding. Attorneys give them a lot of grief. But in any event,
cat lovers, Jamie. Watch out. We got a lot of cat lovers.
All right. Throw a roll of quarters up in the air and see where it lands. Anyway. Chances are you'll run into an attorney, and this would be great information for them. I've talked to lawyers who are part of a 100-person law firm, and so they could probably take over the internet with Adam's advice here. So if you know an attorney or an attorney's organization, send this podcast over to them, because likely they will get a lot out of it. And if not, feel free to share this in any networking group or Chamber of Commerce, anywhere where businesses congregate. It's election season as well, and a lot of attorneys are running for office. So this would be a great way for them to get their name out. And wherever you're listening to this, if you can give us 5 stars, Adam donates his time every week to educate us on what's happening in the crazy world of search engine optimization. And if you have any questions, as Adam mentioned, about any topic needing to do with SEO, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then enter that search term. And chances are there's at least 2 or 3 podcasts out there that cover that topic. And if not, reach out to us on our LinkedIn or Facebook page. Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.